Donald Trump does not like the FBI. At least that's the sentiment of his tweets from early Friday morning. On your screen, you can see his tweet. The FBI is totally unable to stop the national security leakers that have permeated our government for a long time. They can't even, he continued, find the leakers within the FBI itself. Classified information is being given to the media that could have devastating effects on the U.S. Find now. First, before we talk about the context of this story, it is amazing that a person who was fascinated and enthralled by WikiLeaks during the campaign now finds himself on the other side of the curtain and absolutely hates the idea that leakers are present in the FBI. Now, for the substance of what's going on, he's actually addressing the issue that is shaping up to be a much bigger problem for the Trump administration because of their reaction to the issue. And we see this many times. What we're talking about is Reince Priebus, the chief of staff for President Trump, getting in touch with the FBI. Now, there's some controversy over who contacted whom first, but there was a conversation between the chief of staff and the deputy director for the FBI, Deputy Director McCabe. And the conversation ensued about the legitimacy of the New York Times piece, which implicated Donald Trump staffers being involved with Russian intelligence agencies. Per CNN, CNN says that McCabe claimed that those leaks were not substantive, or that information from the New York Times, rather, was not substantive. Reince Priebus subsequently asked them to do something about it. Now, it seems like a reasonable request when you can, but in context of who the chief of staff is and what the FBI does, this is a major issue. There should not be any communication between the FBI and the White House when the FBI is investigating the White House. And to help people put this in context, you might want to remember how the world, or at least the political world, reacted when Bill Clinton was on the tarmac with then the Attorney General investigating Hillary Clinton's emails. And so this was a controversy then, and it should be a controversy now. And this is obviously something that goes beyond the scope and the reach of the chief of staff. This is something that really could put the Trump administration itself in danger. Not only is the Russian issue an issue for them that is outstanding, but we now have this issue of improper communications between the White House and the FBI while the FBI is investigating them. Now, there's a lot of different things going on with this story, but one thing is for certain. This is surely going to push the Democratic Party to seek independent investigations like never before, because if you see the White House is putting their thumb on the scales of justice on this investigation, how can you be confident that this administration would be responsible and ethical enough to investigate itself, especially when you have Twitler-in-chief Donald Trump coming out attacking the FBI, undermining the trust of the agency, whatever remaining trust that it has, undermining their ability to do the investigation, and putting pressure on them to focus on the leakers instead of putting pressure on them to find the truth about the situation. This is an ongoing story. It's unfolding, and we'll keep our eye on it as much as we can.